Hey guys, my name is Dawson and I'm normally the guy behind the camera. But today I wanted to share a little bit about my life and my own story so that you can know a little bit about me. For the sake of time, I want to share some of the key points in my life and what helped shape me and who I am today. I have the most amazing family. I have 2 loving and supporting parents and 2 older sisters as well. My parents were super supportive of me in everything I did, whether that was sports, from baseball to soccer to music. My parents always were there supporting me. Growing up, I always thought I was going to be an athlete or some type of professional baseball player or football player, but it turns out I'm not as good as I thought I was. Yeah! 2, 3. I remember the first time that I picked up a camera was Christmas of 2008. My parents saved up enough money to buy me this little Sony camcorder, and I just remember having so much fun with this camera, making little movies with my friends. It was just always something we could do, and it never got old. They were awful, and I mean awful. We had terrible acting, terrible music choice, terrible angles. Everything about it was awful, but one thing that it was just fun.
Hey, time for dinner! Okay.
Needless to say, this was the best gift I've ever been given. I remember making movies with my best friend Jonas. One of the key points in my life that really shaped who I am today was when I found out that Jonas had been diagnosed with cancer. Jonas was only 12 years old when he was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer. I remember going to the hospital and seeing him laying in his bed, hooked up to all these machines, and I didn't understand what was happening. I didn't understand it as a 12-year-old kid. I knew that something was wrong. After about a year of Jonas's first diagnosis, he went into remission. And he was a pretty healthy kid for the most part, but a few years later the cancer came back and it was stronger than ever. It had already spread to his lungs and there was really nothing the doctors could do. A group of us friends would stay the night in his hospital waiting room right outside his door so that we could go see him every day. Even though saying goodbye to my best friend at 16 was one of the hardest things I had to do, I'll never forget that memory that him and I share. I don't share Jonas's story so that I may gain some type of social status. I share Jonas's story so that his legacy can continue. I want you all to know that he was kind, caring, he was strong, and he was funny. He would try to bear everyone else's burdens so that they didn't have to feel his. With Jonas being as old as he was, that was a rare quality for someone to have. Shortly after Jonas's passing, I joined the Army National Guard. I've always wanted to serve my country, and the National Guard had the best benefits that fit me. After completing 6 months of training, I came home to meet my unit in Kansas City. My commanding officer pulled me aside and told me that I was on the list to deploy in 15 days and I was going to be gone for a whole year. I had no idea where I was going, and honestly, this was a terrifying time in my life. I was only 18 years old when I deployed overseas, and it was definitely an experience I will never forget. Deploying overseas could be 20 different videos, but that's not the key point that I want to talk about today, but instead I want to talk about my homecoming. After being overseas for a year, coming home was the most surreal memory I've ever had. I remember every detail about the plane, but instead of me telling you about it, how about I show you? When the pilot announced that we were descending into Kansas City's airport, everybody on the plane started leaning over to all the windows to just catch a glimpse of Kansas City. It was the best memory ever. I didn't tell my parents that I was coming home because I wanted to surprise them. I remember coming through the front door and seeing my mom's face as she threw her hands in the air and she screams. It was priceless. Shortly after coming home from the military, I bought my first camera. I got to take this jinky little camera on every trip that I went on. I was able to travel over the summer to see Yosemite, the Grand Canyon, Arches National Park, Colorado. I got to go to Seattle and Oregon. And once I came home from that trip, I realized I love doing this. Fast forward a couple of years and now I'm here. After buying that little camera, I had no idea that it would lead me to starting my own wedding photography business or videography business, and now starting this channel. Ultimately, I have no idea what this channel will be or become. All I know is I have a passion for telling stories, and I want to make a platform for others to be able to tell their story to the world. I want this channel to be as much yours as it is mine. I don't think I want to be the guy that says like and subscribe to my channel and all these things, but if you believe in this channel or you think it could actually go somewhere, we could add value to somebody's life, I'd ask that you do both of those things. If you made it this far in this video, I just want to say thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.
Down there. Bye.